Albeit the world think Machiavel is dead, yet was his soul but flown beyond the Alps. And now the Guise is dead, is come from France, to view this land and frolic with his friends. To some perhaps my name is odious, but such as love me, guard me from their tongues, and let them know that I am Machiavel, and weigh not men, and therefore not men's words. Admired I am of those that hate me most. Though some speak openly against my books, yet will they read me, and thereby attain to Peter's chair, and when they cast me off, are poisoned by my climbing followers. I count religion but a childish toy, and hold there is no sin but ignorance. Birds of the air will tell of murders past. I am ashamed to hear such fooleries. Many will talk of title to a crown. What right had Caesar to the empery? Might first made kings and laws were then most sure, when, like Draco's, they were writ in blood. Hence comes it that a strong-built citadel commands much more than letters can import. Which maxim had Phalaris observed. He'd never bellowed in a brazen bull. Of great one's envy, oh, the poor petty wights, let me be envied and not pitied. But whither am I bound? I come not, I, to read a lecture here in Britain, but to present the tragedy of a Jew, who smiles to see how full his bags are crammed, which money was not got without my means. I crave but this, grace him as he deserves, and let him not be entertained the worse because he favors me.
So much of that return was made, and a third of the part of the Persian ships, there was the venture summit and satisfied. And for those the Semites, and the men of Uz that bought my Spanish oils and wines of Greece, here I have pursed many their paltry silverlings. Fie, what trouble it is to count this trash. Farewell, Arabians, who pay so richly the things that traffic for the wedge of gold. Whatever a man may easily that day tell which may maintain his life, the needy groom that never fingered a groat would make such a miracle of this much of a coin. And he that steel barred coffers crammed full, and his life hath the tired weary of fingers telling it, and would his age be loathed to labor so, and for a pound to sweat himself to death. Give me the merchants of the Indian mines, the trade that metal of the purest mold, the wealthy more that in eastern rocks upon the control, than pick his riches up. And in this house, heap pearl like pebble stones, receive them free, and sell them by the weight. Bags of fiery opals, sapphires, and amaranths, hyacinths, hard topaz, grass-green emeralds, beauteous rubies, sparkling diamonds, and seldom seen costly stones so great a rich a price, and one of them rated, and of carat quantity may serve pearl the king's calamity. This ransom is so great, that where within a coin consists my wealth, and methinks thus should of men judgment frame, and their traffic of the vulgar trade, and their increases so enclose infinite riches in a tiny room. But how now? What stands the wind? Into what corner, my peers, come Halcyon's bill? Ah, to the east. Ah, yes. Now I see how they stand in the veins, east by south. Why then, I hope my ships I sent for Egypt and the bordering isles have gotten up by Nilus' winding banks, mine in Argossia, from Alexandria, laden with spikes and silks, how under the sail of smoothly gliding down the candied shore to Malta, on the Mediterranean Sea. But who comes here?
Barabbas, thy ships are safe, riding in Malta road, and all the merchants with other merchandise are safe arrived, and have sent me to know whether yourself will come and custom them.
The ships are safe, thou sayest, and richly fraught?
They are.
Why then, go bid them come ashore, and bring them with their bills of entry. I hope our credit in the custom house will serve as well as I am present there. Go send them 60 camels, 30 mules, and 20 wagons. Bring them up the Wear. But thou art master of the ship, that is mine. And is thy credit enough for that?
The very custom barely comes to more than many merchants of the town are worth, and therefore far exceeds my credit, sir.
Go tell them, the Jew of Malta sent thee, man. Tush, who amongst them knows not Barabbas?
I go.
So then, there is somewhat come, Sirrah. Which of my ships art thou master of?
Of the Speranza, sir.
And sawest thou not mine argosy at Alexandria? Thou couldst not come from Egypt or by Cairo, but all the entry there into the sea, where Nilus pays his tribute to the main, thou needs must sail by Alexandria.
I neither saw them nor inquired of them, but this we heard some of our seamen say. They wondered how you durst with so much wealth trust such a crazed vessel, and so far.
Tush, they are wise. I know her and her strength. But go, and go thou thy ways. Discharge thy ship, and bid them factor bring this loading in. And yet I wonder at this argosy.
Thine argosy from Alexandria, no, barbarous, doth ride in Malta road, laden with riches and exceeding store of Persian silks, of gold, and orient pearl.
How chance you came not with other ships that sailed by Egypt?
Sir, we saw 'em not.
Belike they coasted around the Candy shore, about their oils or their business. But 'twas ill done of you to come so far, without the aid or conduct of their ships.
Sir, we were wafted by a Spanish fleet, that never left us till within a league, that had the galleys of the Turk in chase.
Oh, they go. We're all the way up to Sicily. Well, go, and bid the merchants and my men dispatch, and come ashore, and see that they are fraught and discharged.
I go.
Thus chose our fortune in by land and sea, and thus are we on every side of the enriched. These are the blessings promised to the Jews, and herein was old Abraham's happiness. What more may heaven do an earthly man? Thus do our poor penalty in their laps, ripping bowels from earth between them, making the seas their servants, the wind drive their substance with successful blasts. Who hateth me for my happiness? Who is honored now but the wealth? Rather I, a Jew, be hated thus than pitied by Christian poverty. For I could see no fruits at all in their faith, but malice, falsehood, excessive pride, for which methinks they're not profession. By haply some helpless man hath conscience, and for his conscience lives in beggary. They say that we are a scattered nation. I cannot tell, but we have scrambled up more wealth far than any of those that brag of their faith. Myself in Malta, some in Italy, many in France, and wealthy every one. Aye, wealthier far than any Christian. I must confess, we come not to be kings. That's not our fault. Alas, our numbers are so few, and the crowns come by their succession, and urged by force, and nothing violent, oft have I heard it tell, can be permanent. Give us a peaceful rule. Make Christians kings that thirst for much principality. I have no charge, nor many children, but sole one daughter, whom I hold dear as Amphigenia did was by Agamemnon, and all I have is hers. But who comes here?
Tush, tell not me, 'twas done of policy.
For let's go to Barabbas, for he can counsel best in these affairs. And here he comes.
Why, how now, my countrymen? Why flock you to me in multitudes? What accidents betide unto the Jews?
A fleet of warlike galleys, Barabbas, are come from Turkey, and lie in our road, and they this day sit in the council house to entertain them and their embassy.
Oh, why let them come, so they come not to war? Or let them war, so we be conquerors? Nay, let them combat, conquer and take all, so they spare me, my daughter, and my wealth.
Were it for confirmation of a league, they would not come in warlike manner thus.
I fear nothing coming will afflict us.
O fond men, what dream you of their multitudes? What need they treat in peace that are their league? The Turks and those of Malta are in league. Tut, tut! There is some other matter to it.
Why, Barabbas, they come for peace or war.
Haply for neither, but to pass along towards Venice by the Adriatic Sea, with whom they have attempted many times, but never could effect their stratagem.
But there's a meeting in the Senate House, and all the Jews in Malta must be there.
All the Jews in Malta must be there. Ah, like enough. Why then, let every man provide him, and there be for some fashion's sake. If anything there shall be concern for our state, assure yourselves I look unto myself.
I know you will. Well, brethren, let us go.
Let's take our leaves. Farewell, good Barabbas.
Farewell, Zareth. Farewell, Temiante and Barabbas now. Search this secret out. Summon thy senses. Call thy wits together. Those silly men mistake this matter clean. Long to the Turk did Malta contribute, which tribute all in policy. I feel the Turk has increased such a sum that all the wealth in Malta cannot pay. And now, that advantage he thinks be like to seize upon the town. I that he thinks over the world should go. I'll make sure for one, and seek time to intercept the worst, warily guarding that which I have gotten. Oh, let them come. Let them sack the town. Ego sum semper mihi proximus.